All right, let's see what we got. Porthello Cove, hole 1, par 4. All right, I don't have this one in my collection, so let's put it on here and circle it. I think I played this in one of the tournaments, the tournament this first came out in. But I've only played these holes in tournaments. I know I'm going to go to the lower line and that there's a rough bump, and I believe, if I remember correctly, there's a wind adjustment on that rough bump. There's got to be at least a 10%. The thing I don't like about the upper shot is you got to do a lot of stuff in order to get into the optimal area, and that shot from up there, even if you're in the good area, is not as good as the rough bump down below. So for me, if there was a better shot up here, it would be worth exploring, but I think the shot from down below gives you a much better opportunity to hold this out. Definitely want to bring my accurate bag. Right along those rocks. 3/8. Do a 4-ring adjustment. It was just a slight over adjustment. Hitting it perfect. I'm just trying to glide it out there. The risk here is that you roll too far on the tail end, and it drags down into that rough. So if you bring a big club that hits a long ways, you take a big risk of over hitting that shot. That works really good for a QB. Works really good for a rock. It'll work really good for a Viper. If you're using your Viper, just make sure you know your ring numbers. If it's a lower level, I think it's 2 per ring. Or mid-level. Let's see, our opponent does coming in. Hit it great to the right. Look how far down that hill it is. Whew. When you're up there, that is way... So, like, when you hear wind adjustments, look at where they're hitting up there at the top and look at where I'm hitting down here in the bottom. My elevation change to the hole is a lot less than up at the top. There's minimum club. There's maximum club. That'd be about mid. So we're in between mid max. I think it's going to be about 1.2 per ring. 1.2. I'm going to do a 10% adjustment. So I'm going to do a 2-ring pull. It's 1.2 per ring. So I'm going to do about a ring and 2/3, somewhere in that neighborhood. I don't think I put enough topspin on it. Hitting it perfect. I think I'm going to end up being a little short if I remember correctly. It doesn't seem like it's getting the roll out that I expect. Pretty close. I think you can get closer to this hole from the bottom than you can from the top. So I used a mid number there, which is 1.2 per ring, and then I added on 10% to the wind. And that ball guide might be lying just a little bit. I might want to go just a little past the hole. Not much past the hole, but maybe like half that square that's behind it, just so that I got my ball guide going through the hole, kind of like that. All right. That's Porthello Cove. Hole 1, par 4. It's a draw. We're getting bonus content. Let's see what we're getting. I have no idea. I don't remember holes until I get on them. It's like, oh yeah, I remember that hole. Tommy goes first. It's from the Boomer Sooner. Let's check our opponent out. Played a bit. 133. He's been playing up a lot of games. Probably like Tour 7. Up to Tour 7. Hitting it great. He'll roll back a little bit towards the hole. I'm uploading videos. My battery's a little low. I'm playing Golf Clash at the same time. So when your opponents do some boneheaded thing and you're like, what are you thinking? They're going through the same issues. want to be about blue ring off the rough, blue ring off the transition between the rough and the fairway and the fringe. 4-6. I'm going to do about 2.5 rings. Hit it great on the inside, great to the right. Which threw me past the hole. I would have came up and rolled down a little bit closer to the hole, so it just put me about probably 2 or 3 yards farther away from the hole, hitting that great to the right. All right, that was the bonus content. That was Nordic Forwards, hole 7, par 3. Let's go check out real quick. Let's go to Chrome here. We got Porthello Cove, hole 1, par 4. Let's go check this hole out. Let's see what was going on here. See what the different ways to play this are. So you can play from this upper area, but that is the distance. I mean, you rotate this around. I mean, we're talking about, that is a huge drop in elevation. Huge. So whatever the number is up here, if you like this shot from the top and you like coming down, then you need to find the number for whatever area that you're consistently in. But it's going to be a big number. Big. Real big. I think from down here, the area that I was hitting at, you got a nice run up to the green. I think your best shot at getting the eagle on this hole is from the rough bump or from the lower part if you brought backspin clubs. So you're in that same area and you brought a backspin club instead of an accurate club and tried to backspin it in. There may be enough green there to engage all your backspin and get it done, but I think the best bet is to do the rough bump. So when we're down here in the green, as opposed to coming at it from this area here, but doing that rough bump and trying to come straight at the hole is a much better way to do it. And I don't think that the elevation change from this area right here to here is very little. I did a 10% wind adjustment, and where I was out in club, minimum club was out in this area, maximum club was up here. Where I set up was in between mid and minimum. So I did a 1.2 wind adjustment. So you can go back and watch that video and diagnose that shot on the wind adjustment and see if there was if I should have drawn 1.3 or where I should have drawn on that shot. But I think that this is going to get us much closer to the hole so that we can get an eagle than if you come at it from the top. All right. That was hole number 1 of Porthello Cove. Thanks for watching.